A former player, his mum, part of the Witskin tennis family. Mum Lisa was a very good junior player. He's got some heavy artillery, this youngster, and he is fearless. Yeah, he's spoken about playing college tennis and how loud and in your face the opposition can be when you're playing against them. And it's almost a step down coming here because things are a lot more polite and relaxed than college tennis.
Wait till he gets to Wimbledon. He won't be able to play. You hear a pin drop on centre court.
Tommy took ownership of it, agreed that his attitude was poor. And turned things around, beautiful 14 losses. And after that little chat they had, just as the grass court season was going on, 23 wins, 13 losses. So much better second half of the season for Tommy.
Oh, you don't mind.
And serve of all the 8 quarter-finalists, Wally.
That's going to tilt your averages up. 197. Second serve, basically 2 first serves.
And at 15-30.
The forehand, so you sort of think maybe Shelton's got even room to add a little bit to this serve.
Again, Shelton.
Records.
That's a good bit of athleticism right there.
He almost hits this smash inside out. Almost hits the wrong side.
It's a 70k difference between first and second. Yeah, a lot of players using that brand these days.
Game 4.
And that's where I feel like as the years go by, he'll get a little more bite and jump on that second serve. Good kicker out to the forehand. That'll be a valuable shot. That's coming on a little too fast in the center of the square, but he's not afraid to hit. It's economical from Tommy Paul, isn't it? Just doesn't look like too much can go wrong.
Back straight forward.
Look at that, just stays on the ball for a long time. Simple swings.
This is their first quarterfinal at a major, let alone the opportunity to make it through to the semis.
15 love.
Oh, that's good accuracy. There's that simple takeaway from Tommy Paul. I just think the harder you work physically, you get your moments in slam tennis, and if you're fit and ready to take those opportunities. Because 5-set tennis at some point, your endurance, you'll get tested, you'll get found out. And I think if you've done the work, well, what was that saying? The more you sweat, the luckier you get.
Yep, absolutely. You know, just testimony to how difficult it is. The likes of Federer, Djokovic, Nadal, they make it look so easy. Immortals, it's a big ask.
Yeah, but I think too, even for Roger and Rafa and obviously Novak and Andy, and you know, you start talking about Sharapova and Serena, Their days off and are not like the days off of a journeyman. From up there, it's not easy. Good wheels though, Fitzy, from Shelton.
Incredibly relaxed here. He's had these wins under his belt. He looks, he looks confident and not anxious at all. And his modus operandi here, I think, is just to work on getting the Shelton serve back. I think he feels very confident once the ball's back in a baseline situation against Ben.
How good is that? How good is that?
He mixes the points up, finishes them, the points more quickly than other players do. The mentality of Tommy Paul is to keep the rally going. He thinks the longer it goes, the more chance he's got. And so it's a bit of a contrasting objective here.
Those are some hands. He's a smooth operator, and that backhand is as sweet as they come.
Got a good knack, hasn't he, of just playing the right shot at the right time. Tommy Paul in trouble, just blocks, bunts, chips. And there's that backhand. That has been very damaging already.
Game 4. 15
He's
love.
got some pretty good heat on that serve. That is so slick. This guy is no one-trick pony. He has got a great skill set.
Getting down in your service game because of how hard it is to break back.
Well, we are at that stage of the match, of course, where a break point becomes a set.
Second ace for him.
He's a good combination of power and accuracy, Tommy Paul. He's building pressure over time, but this is what Shelton can do. He can turn it all around with just one shot, whether that be the serve. Tommy Paul, he is Mr. Efficiency.
Tiebreak.
What is this, his 8th tiebreak for the tournament so far, Ben Shelton? Certainly been involved in a few.
Guys, I'm interested in both of your opinion here. To me, this almost seems like it's Tommy Paul's evolution into a really, like almost a contender.
Well, he's been perfect at using his forehand once he's landed the first serve. Hunting the third shot with his weapon, so important. It's been a great combo for Tommy thus far. The serve. No way. I mean, we've seen some huge dead-let chords in this tournament.
I was just about to compliment Tommy Paul. What a great return. I was about to say he's in the point, exactly what he would have wanted, and then that.
So Paul not far behind, but he does have a set point here.
Game first set 4.
Patient, persistent. Tommy Paul bags the opener. 56 minutes, he wins at 8-6 in the breaker.
And so there he shows us what he has got, 198, but in the heat of the moment, he put that aside to back himself from the back of the court. Yeah, just have a reliable block to get himself in a lot of these points.
A ball, Tommy Paul, and he looks like he's doing it in his sleep. It's so natural for him just to keep the ball in, and he's so confident he's not going to miss.
For the first time in this match, a very valuable late court.
Male players, the money he's earned off Rogers' endorsements and managing him. And you just see things pretty clearly from up here, and you say, okay, yeah, cross, backhand, come in. He's just like a computer program at the moment, Tommy Paul, that Tommy can't just block it back and get into that baseline rally. I don't know so much about Ben Shelton, and we're going to learn a little bit about him today, aren't we? How he deals with this situation. I mean, Robbie's talked about winning 3 challenges, how green he is in terms of international travel. We're going to find out something about him. We just learned a little something there. That's a good scramble, saving a break point and then just loading up on some forehands to close the game out. Gee, that's unlucky.
Game 4. Game 4.
And he finally gets broken.
And that swinging serve out wide to his backhand is just paying dividends for Tommy Paul. So does he start to lean that way?
Do the Victorians vote on that, Wally?
Only Victorians, that's right. Does feature. Has a terrible climate though, but...
Careful what he's... Robbie, you better be careful what he says.
Well, he finds his first serve in that game, and it's been a little bit of a problem for him in this set.
Tommy's just keeping the ball higher over the net and waiting his chance.
Game.
When he has to take a risk, he takes it and gets the result.
And that result is a 2-sets-to-love lead. He's well in charge of proceedings now.
When you said thick and fast,
that's what you thought of.
Certainly reminded me of Tony Greig, hard and fast. Good commentator. Wonderful accent.
13-15.
Cool as you like.
Smooth, isn't he, Tommy Paul? He makes everything look easy.
He's quite a unique mover too. He's very lithe. You don't see a super powerful athlete when he runs.
You can see where he is now. There's a lot of room for Tommy to go out there.
15 lock.
It's just a tactical adjustment.
I guess we're just talking as commentators. I mean, he's so raw in terms of tennis experience and big match experience.
He may not win today, but what an exciting kid he is.
That'll work. And I guess we've seen a few errors. He's been on the red line, as you said, Fitzy. He doesn't have a lot of margin, but when he gets it right, it's a fine angle here. So it shows if you can get the backhand in the strike zone what he's capable of. Doesn't matter how extended the rally is, he wouldn't blow out a candle.
Actually did a lot of training in the off-season. They train together, they share a physical trainer, and I mean, if you saw him in Adelaide, how good he looked in that final.
Whatever they're doing, it's working.
Oh, that is dropping the hammer.
217.
That's a nice serving volley. Yes, Ben's mum, Lisa, is a Witskin. Now, of course, married to Ben Shelton.
Era was a huge loss to our tennis fraternity, and we send our best wishes to that whole family.
It's top tier from Tommy.
You look at the court position of the two players. There's Tommy Paul. He's just patrolling the baseline. He's not taking any risks, and Ben is maybe 3 or 4 metres. He's behind the Melbourne sign, in fact.
Yes, he's
Can't
giving
get
them
on the front foot, can he? But Brian's done a pretty good job of managing his trajectory thus far. I'm sure he'll continue to do the same.
Oh, what wheels!
Advantage 4.
Look at the control of the racket face. Look, the racket doesn't move. It's all legs. Just keeps the racket on the plane, and that is millimetre.
He's got him. He's got him with a fastball on the second serve, as I would say in America.
213.
Game counter.
Some new balls. Playing catch up in the third. 1-2.
Same serve, isn't it? Every time. You can just dial it in. But mind you, he's hitting it awfully well. Flight or fight?
Ball to line.
Can you induce that? On break points, Tommy Paul.
Game. Ball.
Times might change in the future, but right now, Tommy Paul is playing like a very mature professional.
I love his thought process too, Fitzy, because he's been 100% effective with the wide swinging serve.
He has yet to break the Paul serve. He's had 2 looks. And it's third time lucky.
30 open.
Wow.
The innocence of youth.
Ben Shelton.
Well, that's right up there with one of the fastest serves of the tournament.
It's Francis Tiafoe, but he's got a little bit of that Tiafoe lag on the forehand where the wrist takes the racket away and the racket head is in front of the wrist before it drops back and then catches up.
Yeah, I feel like that shadow sunlight can be a bit of an equaliser in some ways. You know, it brings everyone back to the field a bit because it's awkward.
These two will take the winner of the match, take on the winner of the match this evening. Between Novak Djokovic and Andrei Rublev.
Whoa.
Ben Shelton is not done yet. He is still very much alive and kicking. He wins the third.
As Robbie calls it, the boomerang break. He got up a break, then lost his serve. I thought his attitude was fantastic. So
15 all.
he won't change that.
Game 4.
Goes right back to the groundstone.
First game.
There was a drop-off there that he handed that game to Tommy Paul, unfortunately for Ben's sake.
That Tommy Paul took part in. This is where you get the benefits. 2 hours 34. Plays a lot.
So, okay.
Game.
So,
Shelton.
Ben Shelton is on the board in the fourth. Oh, that was sneaky. It's a good effort to keep the point alive. This one coming up.
Actually he's hit the reverse side of the racket. I didn't even pick that up. Look at that. Oh. And he has pointed to Brad Stevenson.
Respectful way, I like that. So
No, they're having fun.
Yeah, some of the players. Yeah, we're learning a bit about him, Wally, aren't we?
And youth, but he's pushing.
There's been a couple of minor dips, but you've got to give it to him. But for a young player to be maintaining as long as this is good stuff.
Yeah, it's a great rally and very important for Tommy. He's had a couple of let cords go his way that time.
Ben Shelton.
Sometimes it's hard to hang on to it throughout the course of a tournament.
And Wally, you know, the extra hour at the end of the 2 weeks. And you would have to say he's got to try and make Tommy step up to the line one more time. Well, let's not forget, he saved a match point in his opening round here. Well, the serve forehand combination has worked wonders for Tommy Paul. Tommy Paul is in a major semi-final for the very first time in his career. A sagacious performance from the 25-year-old to cement his spot in the Final Four in Melbourne. Lovely scenes between the two. American tennis is coming in a big way. But today it's Tommy Paul who reigns 7-6, 6-3, 5-7, 6-4 against Ben Shelton.